And we are live. Now, that doesn't mean that they've caught up with us because they
Right.
haven't. Let me go over to the other really quick and bring it up.
Yeah, my chat's up. It says 2. So I don't know who's in here. But hello.
Oh, where is that?
Actually, why is it not coming up on me? Or there might be a lag.
Okay. There we go. I just muted it. Yeah, I'm showing we've got 2 people watching, but nobody's saying hi yet. So hi, everyone who's out there.
Okay, there's my lag. I just popped up on my other phone. Okay, great. Hi.
Yeah. So we're just going to wait a couple of minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
People start rolling in. Hi, Patsy. But I do have to ask.
Yep.
What you drinking? What tea are you drinking?
Actually, very boring tea. It's just orange pico, but it's in my favorite mug because and it's got something you'd like, amethyst right there.
Oh, look at that!
It's healing touch pottery, and actually, Simon from the Hermit's Cave has a healing touch pottery mug.
I love it.
And they all have a little stone in the handle.
I love it. Hi, Summer. Hi, long-haired, skinny Ito. I love that name, by the way.
I do. I love that name, too. Hi, Summer. Hi, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny. Jinx.
Yeah,
we both said it at the same time.
I don't drink Coke. Mostly tea and water.
Yeah, same here. I've got my tea here. She was right. You got to have enough for, and then I've got my water here. Yep, exactly. And I did go to the bathroom right before we got started.
Yeah, so.
Me too. You have to, right? Oh, yeah. Hi, Viola.
Hi, Viola.
Yep. Summer, what do you drink, honey? What kind of tea do you drink? What kind of tea does everybody drink?
I have a favorite. I hated when Tivana went out of business. I know that Starbucks picked them up and they do sell some of their flavors, but there were 2 flavors that they had, which was Samurai Chai Mate and White Ayurvedic Chai. And if you mixed those 50-50 and brewed them, oh, heaven.
Really good. I love chai.
You didn't even have to add honey or anything to it. It was just wonderful. But my new passion with teas, I just bought like this orange tea from Twinings. Oh, so good.
I still have not got the Twinings. Is it peppermint and vanilla? They don't sell it around in my stores here. I can get it on Amazon, but I have to buy a big thing of it.
Amazon, I just bought Red Rose Caramel Apple Pie.
Oh.
Because we had it around here at the Christmas tree shops. I don't know if you have those around you, but the Christmas tree shops had that tea, but they didn't have it when I wanted to buy it. So I ordered it on Amazon now because it's a really good one. I like that more in the fall, though.
Yeah. Hi, Maria. How you doing, sweetie?
Jinx.
Hi, Aquarius. So what is everyone drinking? I like spearmint and lemongrass teas, jasmine tea, berry tea. My favorite is Tazo brand. Yeah, all of that. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Tazo's chai is really good, too.
Buttermilk is yummy, Patsy says. Buttermint, no milk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Buttermint? What brand is that?
That's the one I'm talking about. From Twinings.
Oh, okay.
I want to get it. I've heard many people talk about it, that it's really good. I just haven't been able to get it around here other than a huge amount.
Yeah, I'll have to look in the in our stores and see what I can find. Or when we get back opened up, when I can go down to Massachusetts and go to Wegmans, my favorite store.
Viola says she usually drinks tea made from stuff that you find outside. I am not that adventurous because I'm always afraid that somebody's sprayed, and then you're getting that. Because my husband sprays. I wish he wouldn't, but he does.
Oh, yeah. No, we don't spray anything. So I will pick violets around here and I'll make oils with them or sometimes teas. And I won't let my husband mow until the dandelions have been up for quite a while. So usually he says, okay, I got to go out to bale the front lawn now.
Exactly.
Up a little bit. I won't let him mow it. And then
I couldn't do any dandelions either.
When I was walking out to the circle the other day to show you guys my outdoor circle, there is a whole patch of mullein down the side of my house. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I had to get from you did too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try it. Yeah, and Summer was talking about that she just made some dandelion tea yesterday.
Yeah,
that dandelion that was in your yard, honey. Just had cherry Coke, one of the rare leftover ones that I could get my hands on. So good. They need to bring this back, not the zero stuff. But, see, that's what my husband drinks is the zero.
My husband drinks either diet or zero, but he's diabetic. But they have very limited flavors. So.
Yeah. From your yard. That's awesome. All of my yards all around have their dandelions out. My husband's like, look at that. I'm like, look at how beautiful it is. I think they're gorgeous.
Oh, they're beautiful. Yeah. And they're food for the bees. So I like that.
Yeah.
I actually I saved the picture that Summer posted in her Facebook page so that I could make some once my dandelions get up. But right now I've got snow covering my yard.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, it snowed about 2 inches last night here in Maine, or where I live in Maine. Yeah. So I have snow on May 9th.
Well, when I got up this morning, it was like 26 degrees outside. Yeah.
Yeah. Not fun.
Unbelievable. Yeah. All right. Oh, by the way, I'm drinking lemon and ginger.
Oh, good.
I love it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. So let's just get started.
Okay.
So this might seem obvious, but why that tarot lady?
It's an actually very cute story. Several years ago, probably 10 plus years ago, I started baking cakes out of my house. And I did my daughter's wedding cake, 4 tiers. It was huge. It was beautiful, if I do say so myself. And we were thinking of a name for my business. And I'm like, you know what? What about that baking lady? That way, if they don't remember my name, they can just say, you know, that baking lady, order the cake from her. So that came about. So then I started a Facebook page with that. And I wear many hats because I like to craft. I also do Reiki and things. So that ended up snowballing into that crafting lady and that healing lady. So when I went to name my channel, it just kind of naturally progressed into that tarot lady.
I love that. So right. If they don't remember your name, it's just that lady that does that. Or that lady.
Yeah. That lady that wears all those hats, you know. I'm not a hat wearer. I don't wear hats, but you know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean. So how would you label your spiritual path? And just keep in mind, and you know this because you've got the new printed out questions. These are all new, different order.
Yeah.
Courtesy of the beautiful Maria. So, and they are much better.
I have the old order for my notes, but that's okay. Because they're just there as a reference. I don't, in case I get stuck, but my spiritual path. I consider myself pagan. So that's what I use. Like if, you know, I was going to say anything, I'd say pagan, but internally I consider myself a witch. But I use so many different paths for my spirituality. I pull pieces from Wicca. I pull pieces from some of the Gardnerian witchcraft, Buddhism, Native American. I pull what feels right for me. And that's, so pagan. Yeah.
How long have you been a practicing witch, honey?
28 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I realized that the other day. I was like, wow, I'm almost at 30. Yeah.
Wow. just really quick, you and I were talking beforehand, and I'm sure you mentioned it on your channel really quick. Tell everyone what you were doing as your job.
Oh,
How
just
cool is that?
my most recent job.
Yes.
I'm a historical interpreter at a living history museum. That's Old Fort Western in Augusta, Maine, and it's a great fort. Was built in 1754. It is the original building from 1754, and it's the only surviving wooden fort in America. And it was almost destroyed in about 1919. And luckily, somebody came to the rescue and saved it.
So you guys just seen, I did a video because you so graciously sent me a beautiful package of stuff that you had made homemade. And these were included in that. And yes, I have to be burning one. And then she was telling me before we got started how she actually was making these particular candles. So let me say, that is just really, really a high level
Yeah,
of dedication.
I
Yeah.
made them at the fort. They're awesome. Yeah, we have fun. It's a fun job. It really is a fun job.
Yeah.
But prior to that, in my real life, I was a nurse. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So were you raised in the path that you were on, or did you veer off from your family?
I am a recovering Catholic. I was raised Catholic, and my mother was, very devout. I never hid my spirituality from my mother. And I don't want to talk bad about her, but she wasn't the brightest bulb on the tree. Love her, but I had my books throughout my house throughout the whole time. From the beginning, I would buy books and things, and I even had a pentacle wreath that my daughter made me hanging on my wall, and she just never put two and two together for me. But there was one day that the high priest of the coven that I was in and myself were on a TV show on a local PBS channel, and we were talking about Samhain and different aspects of paganism and things. And it was a live call-in show. It was really a lot of fun to do. And apparently one of my cousins was flipping channels and saw me and called my mother and goes, "Did you know your daughter's a witch?" And my mom immediately called the house, and my daughter answered the phone because, of course, I'm live. I'm on TV, and she gave Mom a kind of a Wicca 101 over the phone. So when I got home, I go, "Mom, I've been this way for years. I never thought about discussing it with you. I thought maybe you'd be upset." And she goes, "I love you no matter what." So it was
wow. That's pretty cool. You were on a TV show talking about that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, I've been on NPR too. So yeah.
Wow.
I was really out in the community when I lived in New York. I've been in Maine for 16 years, but in the community in New York, we had a very large coven. We also started Church of the Greenwood, and we started the Pagan Pride Project there in Syracuse, New York. And I think our first year we had like 63 people, and by the time I left, there was like 2,000 attendees every year. So
wow.
It was great.
Wow. I wanted to say really quick hi to both Sadie. Hi, sweetie. Also,
everybody. It's just hard for me to see my phone.
Yeah. Maria asks, what was the catalyst for you to get into paganism? Do you remember?
Yes. My mother and my mother-in-law and I went to a ceramics class once a week. And my ceramics teacher had a pentacle on. And I knew what it meant just from, I know some comparative religion at that point in my life. And one night my mother didn't come. And it was just me and my mother-in-law. And I looked at Eileen and I go, "All right, what's with the pentacle?" And she told me that she was a witch and she belonged to a coven. She we sat and talked. I didn't hardly do any ceramics that night because we just sat and talked about paganism and witchcraft and things. And my mother-in-law was amazing. Oh God, I miss her so much. And she got right into the conversation with me. It was awesome. And she brought me a book the next week, Scott Cunningham's Guide for a Solitary Practitioner. And I looked at it and started reading it, and I'm like, this is what's missing in my life. And the rest is history. So.
Isn't it amazing how somebody can come into your life and completely change it, even if they're not a huge part in your life to begin with?
No, and she was a huge part of my life for a couple of years after that. So it was really great. It was the first coven I was in, was with her and Kathy, and yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. Seriously. Do you feel supported spiritually by your family?
I have very little family left. My mother passed away in 2012, and my father passed away when I was 12. So really all I have is my husband and my daughter and my son-in-law, and I'm completely supported by them. Matter of fact, my daughter and my best friend and I did a full moon ritual out in my new circle this week.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I wished I had that. Seriously, I don't have that. All my family's just like, oh yeah, she's crazy. Let's just let her go and do what she's gonna do, other than like my sister. But she's still not into the like witch stuff. So
well, when I first started down the path, I'll never forget my husband. Oh my God, it was funny. I said, we talked about that I really wanted to get into this and join the coven with Eileen and things. And he goes, you know what? I don't care what you do as long as you don't kill any small animals out in the backyard.
Right.
And then about 2 years into it, he was like, what's this about? Yeah.
Hey, when I'm talking about all this prosperity magic right now, my husband's like, okay, let me make out this check. Let me put it in my wallet. Exactly.
Yeah.
Where it counts, right? Yeah. Right. So do you feel a stronger connection with a certain element?
I'm an air sign, but I do feel more connected to Earth most of the time. Hi, Diane. I just saw Diane come in.
Unmuting myself. Hi, Diane. I like to mute myself just in case the little surprise Sully, starts barking like a crazy man and interrupt like he's done so many other times. But.
Well, if the cat decides to come out from under the covers, you might see him walking around. But my dog is being pampered right now. She is at the grooming salon getting a bath and her nails done and everything.
Oh, nice.
And my husband went out, and so I've got the house to myself except for the cat.
Very nice. Usually cats are not that much trouble, right? At least they're not super loud.
Right. They're not barking in the background.
Hi, Maharat. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Hi, everybody.
So, what is your favorite, or do you have a favorite time of year?
Fall. I absolutely love the fall. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. The air is so crisp. I love up in New England here, love the colors. My husband do what we call cattywampling. So it's basically getting in the car and just going for a drive and not knowing where you're going to end up. You just kind of go. And
did you make up that name?
No, it's an actual word. It is an actual word. If you look it up on Google, it will come up. Cattywample.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just found the word, and it's like, hey, that's what we do. We do that all the time, So, yeah. And I just love to go looking at the leaves in the fall. We go apple picking, and fall's my favorite time of year.
Yeah. I think Maine has probably got around the same kind of like coloring and stuff like that as Michigan does.
Probably.
In the fall. And it's so beautiful.
It is.
I mean, there's nothing like it. It's just the most beautiful ever.
Yeah. I don't think I could live somewhere where the leaves didn't change or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Do you use divination? And if so, what kinds do you use?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, there's a whole bunch back there.
The tarot lady.
Yes, I use tarot a lot. That's my main form of divination. Although I have the witch's runes that I just did a video on, I posted yesterday, and I play with those quite a bit. I also have a regular set of the Fearhawk runes that I think I pronounced that wrong, but that I use. And actually, those were very powerful in my life. The Samhain before we moved to Maine. And I had someone do a reading with me, so I always have those in the background if I need them. I also like oracle cards and things, and I have a pendulum and my daughter's actually making me my pendulum board, so I can't wait till that's done.
Nice. Is she like burning it or?
Yeah, you know the element signs you did. She has a piece of wood that looks just like, the round log wood, and she's burning a Celtic knot around it, and then the words yes and no and a pentacle in the middle and stuff. So it'll be pretty. I'll show it on my channel when it's done.
Perfect. We all love seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. My daughter's as crafty as I am, so.
Oh, that's wonderful. Aquarius says we are lucky for the seasons here in New England. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Says, but Mother Nature missed the mark with the snow today. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
I think Mother Nature just needs to get her some because she's really awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, Viola. Have a wonderful day, sweetie. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you guys seeing Cindy is frozen, or is she just frozen for me? Okay. Cindy, if you can see this, honey, maybe try getting out and coming back in using that same link again. And this is live, guys. All right. So yeah, and it's snowing for you right now, Summer, huh? Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, this morning when I woke up, it was 26 degrees here. That is insane. When 2 days ago it was 60 degrees. I just put on my Facebook yesterday, 2 years ago today, and here she is back.
Yeah.
That we had actually opened up our pool. Welcome back, sweetie.
Thanks. My internet dropped. It's been doing that every once in a while. So if I drop out again, I'll just hop back. So hopefully.
Okay.
If not, I'll just switch over to my phone and just use LTE. So.
All right. Sounds good. So did you finish talking about all the different kinds of divination that you use?
Yeah, basically, witches runes, regular runes, tarot, oracle, and pendulum. Although Simon just mentioned a new one on his channel, and I really want to I've got a set of dominoes, so I want to get the book to go with it. Although there's another oracle. Oh, I can show you. This is a cool oracle, and I've had this for years and years. It's called the Oracle Within. Basically, you ask a question and you do this. And you stop. Oh, and look at what I stopped at. Communication.
Right on.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
We pulled an oracle card during ritual the other day, and it was the full moon in Scorpio. We used the Moonology deck. I was like, you're kidding me, right? Because it's the full moon in Scorpio.
Right.
So, yeah.
Too funny. Hi, B. All right. Yeah, same here, and it's snowing. Oh my goodness gracious. Jeez.
It's not snowing anymore. It stopped here, but
Summer said it looks like that it has stopped now. Yeah. What is going on? Got my Dominoes today. Just waiting for the book fee. See, I still haven't seen that. I've got to see that. I've had a few people talk about it now. I haven't seen that video. I'm just like, oh great. Now
It's,
another thing that I've got to do. Right?
it's one of his corn. It was on one of his corn streams. I'll tell
Okay.
you, between his corn streams and Becca's chats lately, they've been kind of getting me through this whole quarantine. It's nice to have the
Good.
community, you know. So I try to watch as many as I can live. But yeah, I can't
I'm
always.
having a difficult time because my whole family is here and they have been here for 2 months now. And I mean, I was watching a video yesterday or 2 days ago, and it was like a 25-minute video, and it took me like 2 hours to get to it because I have to keep on putting my ears in. And then they start talking to me, and I got to take them out. And then they're like, Rachele, so I'm like taking them out, like, yeah, talking to them, then putting them back in. And then it's again, it's just like, oh my gosh, this is killing me. I am so looking forward to things getting back to some semblance of normal again.
Yeah. See, I'm lucky because it's just me and my husband. But I'm a night owl, and he's been an essential worker, so he hasn't stopped working. They cut his hours back a little, but he hasn't stopped working. But the thing of it is he'll go to bed like at 7:30 because he has to be up at 4. And I'm up to like midnight. So that's when I watch my videos most of the time. So.
And in truth, it's my husband who keeps on pestering me.
Right?
It's not my kids. They're all doing their own thing. It's my husband that's constantly, and I get it. He wants to have conversations, but I got stuff to do. I'm still working even though he's home. I know. It's just difficult. It's like not the routine that I'm used to after, 25, 30 years, right?
Oh, that's what I was just going to ask you, actually. How long have you been married? I know you're interviewing me, but.
25 years, 26 years, 94 is when we got married, but we got together in 1990. So, yeah, cool. Long time.
Yeah, I know.
Long time.
Yeah, I met my husband 5 days after my 18th birthday. I married him 5 days before my 19th birthday, and it'll be 37 years this year.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Like 2 weeks, so yeah.
That's fantastic. That's just like me and my husband. I'm the night owl. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Summer says, yeah, having family home really changes how available I am. Yeah, because Summer and I used to chat like an hour or 2 hours almost every stinking day, right? Now we're like hardly even able to talk to each other because we've got so many other, influences. Definitely. I am so glad my man and I have separate spaces in our home and we can do our own thing for hours. That's what Maria says.
Oh, my house is about 925 square feet. It's little.
Oh, so it's little.
I have a very little house. Technically it's only a 1-bedroom because the second room that's supposed to be a bedroom doesn't have a closet in it. But it is a 2-bedroom house and with a living room and kitchen, and that's about it. So we don't really have separate space, but it works.
Yeah, I hear you. So what is your sun sign?
Gemini.
Gemini. Yep. By any chance, do you know what your moon and rising is?
Yeah, all because of you. I actually bought this book, years ago. And I never opened it. It was just on my shelf. So when I got the questions, I was like, oh, look it up. So my moon is in Pisces.
Okay. All right. And you know what your rising is?
I don't. I do, but I didn't write it down and I don't remember. My best friend and I are actually going to go through this book next week. We're going to try to do our charts and all of that. So thank you for that. We're going to get into it a little bit.
I think it's cool. When I can afford it, I definitely want to get a reading from Julianne. Definitely.
Oh, that's yeah. Is she
both? Because I think she does both.
I'm sorry?
I think she does both. I know she does the Vedic, but I think she does the Western as well. So I'd like to get both and kind of compare.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I think Diane, you got that, didn't you? Both of them from her, I think. But yeah, I definitely want to do that. All right. So, do you know what your tarot birth cards are?
Yes, the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician.
Okay.
Because I'm
So
a
you're life path 1.
life path 1. Yep.
Okay. Do you know what your significator card is?
According to my Gemini sign, I should be, I think, Queen of Wands, but sometimes I'm Queen of Cups. Sometimes it changes with a lot of different variables for me. So it depends on the day, I guess.
Yeah, I believe that completely.
Yeah.
So, what is your current favorite deck? Do you have a favorite deck right now?
Oh, so many. I've been working a lot with the Anna K, and I love it. I just love the images. I mean, the Lovers card on the Anna K, because it's not this young, romantic love. It's an older couple. Just it speaks to me, I guess. And the Death card. Oh, I love that deck. But I've been really working a lot with and getting back into my universal weight after I trimmed it and edged it. With that white border around that beautiful blue and gold background, it just took away so much of that background. And once you get rid of that white border, it's a beautiful deck. So, but I just ordered, thanks, Simon. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Thank you, Becca. I just ordered the Radiant weight.
Oh, okay.
She did a comparison the other day with the Radiant weight. So I said, all right, I have to buy it. And I've wanted a deck in a tin. So I covered 2 birds with 1 stone. I bought the tin Radiant weight. It's on its way. So I'm waiting for them.
And yeah, I think that probably is one of the hardest things. Maria says, has anyone ever said that they only have one favorite deck? Yeah, probably only anybody that only has one deck, right? Like my sister.
Right, yeah. Yes, your sister, the unicorn, because she only has one deck. Exactly. But I have a feeling that's just a for now thing with her. So she'll probably be getting into more.
Absolutely. I was joking around with her yesterday when I was talking to her and said, I wonder what Mom really would think if I were to get her a tarot deck for whatever, Mother's Day or whatever.
Get her a cheap one, and then that way if she doesn't use it, it's not a big waste of money,
Carla goes, well, you need to ask her first. I'm like, well, if I ask her first, she's going to say no.
Right.
But if I just get it for her, she might one day just go, let me just look at this really quickly. And then we've got another one. No, just kidding.
Have little tarot parties.
Exactly. So what is your current favorite tarot card?
Okay, that depends on the deck. It really does. I love the High Priestess in most decks, but as I said, like the Anna K, I love the Lovers card. And there's some of the other decks, I'd say it was the Wheel of Fortune or the Sun card, or so it depends on the deck.
Yeah. Thank you for stopping by, Suze, honey. I hope you feel better soon. So yeah, and I completely understand about the different cards for different decks.
Yeah. And they're all beautiful. I mean, I collect them because they're gorgeous. I mean, the artwork on some of them is absolutely beautiful. So.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. So what are the decks that you're currently working with then? The ones that you've just mentioned?
Yeah, Anna K and the Universal are the 2 I'm working with right now, along with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck.
Okay. Beautiful deck.
Oh, I love that deck. Yeah.
So here's the question of the hour. And I always say this because inquiring minds really want to know.
Okay.
Okay. Are you a current collector of tarot decks and or oracle, whatever? And if so, how many decks do you have?
33 tarot decks, 22 oracle decks with 3 decks on the way of tarot.
Hey, that's not too bad. That's
Not
about
too
right around what I have, I think.
But I've got like 75 on my wish list. So
Yeah.
the number
Sounds
will
about
be
right.
going up.
Sounds about right. So what ones do you have coming? I know you said the one in the tin.
The one, yeah, the Radiant Weight in the tin, the True Black.
Oh, yes,
And
you did say that.
and actually one is not a tarot deck. It's the oh great, now the name came out. The cards you made for Mystic Mondays. Why can't I think of it? Seriously.
Oh, the goddess ones, right?
No. The wavy lines.
Oh, Zener cards.
The Zener card.
Zener
That's what it was.
cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ordered a Zener
Awesome.
deck. It was like $10 on Amazon. So I have a Zener deck coming.
You would think I wouldn't be such a cheapskate and actually buy a deck of Zener cards, right?
Well, no, I completely understand. I was going to make them, but then my husband was ordering something on Amazon and I go, here, click that.
Yeah, let me just sneak this in here really quick.
Sneak that into that order. So, yeah.
So Diane says, I hear you. Like in the Hush Tarot, the Queen of Cups is one of my favorite decks, but that's not true in every deck. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's some of them. I mean, as I said, some decks I like the Sun card, and then there's other decks that's like, what the heck is that child doing on the
Creepy baby alert.
Creepy baby alert. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Creepy baby alert.
Summer says, yes, a giant wish list. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have 2 pages in my bullet journal that are full of decks that I want. So, yeah.
Yeah. I told you, well, I've said in previous ones that my husband, he was looking through Amazon. He goes, oh my gosh, you had like pages and pages and pages of them.
That's why they're in my bullet journal and not on my Amazon. So,
hey, I keep it there because if he's feeling, generous, he'll just go click, let's surprise her. And he's done that many times now. So I'm like, okay, you know.
No, puppy won't do that. So.
Oh, Maria says, I looked at my list again. I'm actually up to 90 tarot and oracle, not counting doubles and backups. Awesome. That is fabulous.
Well, I have actually 3 of the Hanson Roberts tarot, because that's a smaller deck. So I have it regular size. I trimmed and edged one, a regular size, and I have a mini. So I have 3 of that deck.
But you know what? I have what I do because I love my light seers, right? And at first I was like, well, why would I need the mass version and the indie? Because I already have the indie. But I keep my mass version upstairs and I keep my other one down here because I do it in both places. But if you have like a mini, it can go in like your purse easily, or if you're going anywhere. There's always a reason
that's
why.
I grabbed the tin deck. I figured that can either go into my travel altar, or I can just go in my purse if I'm, just going out and about. So, yeah.
Right on. They're not expensive. I have the deck of, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to count mine again.
9 on Amazon or something like that. Amazon US. So, yeah, it wasn't bad.
I need to stop being a cheapskate and just get them.
It might be here tomorrow or Monday, I think the delivery said, so I wasn't sure.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I have them on my phone where you can just easily do it. It's a free app on the phone. But I don't trust technology.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I won't even bring my watch or my phone or anything when I'm down in Circle. It's just like the technology just doesn't need to be there.
Yes.
And even when I'm doing my my readings for people, I try to keep technology to a minimum. In-person readings, of course, but when I'm doing readings in Zoom or Facebook Messenger or whatever, it's different. So.
Mm-hmm. I don't have backups. I don't really, other than that one, that's the only backup I have. I had only one deck until I found the Tarot Tube Universe. Now I have 8 tarot and 1 oracle, and the mini Everyday Witch is coming Monday. That
Yeah.
is so cute.
Actually, that's my other deck that I have 2 of, is the Everyday Witch. I've got the regular one, and then I just bought the mini, but Deborah signed. I bought a signed copy from Deborah.
Oh, I love the Everyday Witch too. I do want to get the little mini.
Cute.
Is that in a tin?
No, it's in a little baby box. But I actually do have a smaller deck. Not universal. Albino weight is even smaller than the mini Everyday Witch. And that's my smallest deck. Oh, well, I can't say that. I actually have a deck that's like size of a penny. It literally is. And what I usually do with that is I put that in my fairy garden. So the fairies have cards to read.
That is cute. That is cute.
Yeah.
So would you say, well, first of all, how long have you been reading? This is something I should ask, and I don't ask. I don't know why.
Well, I started almost the same time I started in my path, because Eileen, that got me into, it started with Wicca, but as I said, it has expanded, gave me my very first Rider-Waite deck. And we just started reading for each other and kept going. I've taken some time off just because I could. I guess. And then I've gotten back into it within the last year and a half, full force. So.
Okay. Yeah. So would you say that your reading style has changed or progressed, since you started?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I used to do like just Celtic Cross, that was it. I would do Celtic Cross. I might do a 3-card reading once in a great while. Now I'll just sit and pull 5 cards, or I'll pull 6 cards or whatever. There's also another way that my girlfriend and I kind of came up with this reading style. We would shuffle and ask a question and pull 1 card. And then we would discuss the card. We would reshuffle, pull another card, and just keep pulling cards. We wouldn't put the other ones back. And just see, ask another question, just keep going. It was like this ongoing reading. It was it's a cool style, and it's fun when you've got like 2 people playing with it.
I will say that's a common theme that I really do see with people that have been reading for a long time. I mean, just based on the people that I've talked to, they start off maybe with spreads and stuff like that, but they actually end up going to just like reading lines and stuff like that. For me, I'm not at that development level yet. I'm still really, really new, still under 2 years. So I find that having a spread works better for me, just because I can't like corral it all. But
there are people that have been reading for 40 years that still use spreads. They may make up their own or whatever, but they'll still use spreads. So I do know people like that. But and I like the free form of it. I'm a little bit clairaudient, so I just kind of hear things. So it's kind of fun. Get this voice out of my head, but no, it worked. So I try to use I try to tune into that when I'm reading too. I know I was doing a reading the other night and I was getting one thing, and then all of a sudden I heard something in my head and I'm like, oh, all right, no, maybe it's this, and it fit better. So I like that.
Is it your own voice that you hear, or do you hear something else or somebody else?
Somebody else. Yeah. My mother-in-law.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
She passed away January 2nd, 1996.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So do you have any daily rituals that you do?
I meditate, I try to meditate every day, and do some yoga, and I do a daily pull. Usually I pull 1 tarot and 1 oracle, and then I'll journal about them. And then I just go about my day, really. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So, Diane said that she has a dollhouse tarot deck. It's a full deck whose box is the size of my pinky fingernail.
Yeah, whatever. That's what mine are. I think I don't have the cards right handy, but
Um, Patsy says, I read 9 card boxes. Okay.
this is the book that came with it. It's
Oh, look at how tiny that
little
is.
teeny baby book. And yeah, it's upside down actually, but the cards are actually, I don't know if you could see how big. Let me go to the white one so you can see it.
They're that
It's
big.
the picture of the card right there. The card is actually smaller than that. And you can see
my
the
goodness.
size of my fingernail. It's about maybe a third smaller. Yeah.
Wow. That is tiny.
Yes.
See, I feel a little bit better. Summer, you said you feel better with spreads. And Maria, you can't read without spreads. See, that's me. I see so many different possibilities when I put it out in front of me. It just is like all like floating around. If you could think of like the 7 of Cups, that's my head without a spread.
That's perfectly fine. I like the 3-card spreads too. Those are fun. Because there's so many different combinations that you can use. Past, present, and future, morning, noon, and night.
Yeah. Do you remember your dreams?
Yes. And I have some very vivid ones sometimes. So, yeah. I try to write them down when I can, but most of the time I remember them, so it's not like a big deal to write them down because I'll just remember them. I may lose details if I don't write them down, but yeah. And if I'm one of the weird ones that I will sleep with my tarot cards to bond with them. I just throw them in my pillow, right, and go to sleep. I don't even feel them, don't even know they're there, and take them out in the morning. But if I've got a tarot deck in my pillow, I'm going to have some weird dreams that night.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Mine is packed away and it didn't have a book. I have a video somewhere on my channel from before it got packed. House tour, maybe. Oh, okay. That was Diane saying that about her little deck.
Yeah.
Her little itty baby deck.
I'm trying to think of where mine is right now because I had it in with my my indoor fairy garden, which I had to take apart. And now I don't know exactly where I put it, but I'm sure I'll find it. As I said, my house isn't very big, so it's around here somewhere.
Yeah. What is your favorite holiday or Sabbath?
Oh, Samhain, because it's in the fall, and it's the beginning and the ending, and I don't know. It's a great holiday. I've had some very powerful Samhain rituals in the past too. The Morrigan came to me in one ritual that we were doing because I was invoking her and had my arms up in goddess position, and I went to do the invocation, and I could feel this burst of just, and I'm like, she's here.
Wow.
And it was a really powerful experience for me. I don't work with her as much now, but I was back then a lot. And then I had another Samhain ritual where we were all doing like introspective work, but there was a bunch of us in circle, but we we're all doing our own thing. And there was a big fire in the middle and everything. And as I'm sitting on the ground and meditating into the fire, all I kept hearing was the word sacrifice. I'm like, okay. So I grabbed some hair, pulled some hair out, and I put it in the fire. And I sat back down, and I hear this deep chuckle. That's not a sacrifice.
Like, that's not enough.
I'm like, I'm sitting in circle. All I have on is my cloak. What do you want from me? And all I hear is this deep chuckle again. I literally took my cloak and put it in the fire.
Wow.
Yeah, it was powerful. It was, and I just started crying, and I just left circle. And after that, I just felt like it really did. I felt like everything was lifted off of me, and that was October 31st. Well, in February, my husband got an interview to come to Maine. And
wow, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, and in March, we moved to Maine. And we've been here for 16 years. And the same year that my husband left his job in New York in March, the rest of the employees walked into the walked up to the building one day in September, and it was closed. Done. They had no jobs.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Boy, somebody was definitely looking out for you.
Yeah. But
wow.
I had to pay for it though.
Yeah.
And that was okay. So.
Do you have any idea who that powerful voice was?
I have no idea.
No.
Yeah, it was, and it was a really powerful ritual other than that too. So it really meant a lot to me. I'll never forget my last ritual with my coven. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you work with crystals? If so, what are your favorites? Oh yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous? I just got this one from Mystic Dragon's Lair in New York. They're doing they do a live, I think once a week or something, and they sell things, and you bid, well, you don't bid on them, you say you want it, and then you give them their email address so that you can get PayPal invoice and you get it. But yeah, I've got crystals all over the place here. I've got a nice rose quartz. This is, I can't remember what he called it, a fairy stone. It comes from Ireland, but they're all different because they're like, they bubble up out of the earth, and this is how they bubble up.
Oh, so that's wild.
Made like that, but it looks like a goddess to me, and I love it. And there, I have another one. I bought 2 of them, and then like this one looks like this.
Oh.
I bought it from my local witch shop, Merkaba Soul. So yeah, I have lots of different crystals. One of my favorite ones, you can grab it.
Oh yeah, look at that beauty.
Isn't she beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
So she's gorgeous. Beautiful. Yeah. I love crystals. They're all over the place.
Now see, that's the best kind, I think, for scrying, that has all the inclusions in it. Yeah. I have light refracting in different ways.
Yep. Yeah. I have a reconstituted crystal that's clear, and it actually has a flat spot, so it sits, but I can't scry with that one. The other one I can.
Where to get another one, it would definitely be something like that, because that's what mine is reconstituted. Unless I put like a flame next to it or something.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot that, that you can really see, for me at least.
Right.
But beautiful.
Yeah.
So do you have a special skill or hobby that you would like to discuss with us? Pick one, right?
Pick one. Pick anyone. Pick a craft. I probably do it. That's what my husband says. If it's a craft, she does it. My favorite right now, I've been knitting a lot. I knit, I crochet, cross stitch, quilt, sew, spin my own wool. I've got a 50-gallon tote full of alpaca that I have to spin at some point. I just got a carder, so that'll make my life easier instead of trying to hand card it. You have to card it to get all the fibers to line up in the same direction before you can spin. So there's a lot to it, but I love to do it. Yeah, I do a lot of different crafting, make jewelry, ruins. Yeah, and lots of different things. So it's fun.
Keep wonderful. Yeah, definitely. So do you have a favorite or a current favorite book or artist?
Current books, not real current. My favorite book of all time is Mists of Avalon. Love that book. And I love the Outlander books by Diana Gabaldon. I love her books. So yeah, it's about the only current that I have right now. And my favorite artist, of course, is my daughter. So.
Absolutely. Okay. So, do you have a current TV series that you are enjoying?
Right now I'm actually watching Upload, and it's actually pretty fun.
I've not heard of that.
It's an Amazon Prime show called Upload, and basically it's set in the future. And what happens is, if you're on your deathbed, you're ready to die, you can either die or you can have your conscious uploaded into a virtual reality. So you
Interesting.
technically could live forever in this
That's
virtual
wild.
reality. So it's actually, I mean, it's pretty corny and cool, but it's fun. It's a good watch. I'm waiting for The Handmaid's Tale to come back.
When is that supposed to be?
I have no
No?
idea. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Outlander. I love all the Outlander movies, and I know they're different from the books, but you just have to look at them as their own thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I love the acting in it, and they're doing a good job, so I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B says you're all about putting intention into your art. Yeah.
Oh,
And
definitely.
talk about, yeah.
Yeah. When I'm knitting, like I just knit for my grandson. I knit him a blanket, and the whole time, well, actually, it was while she was pregnant. So, and this is actually not my daughter. It's my surrogate daughter. So, he's technically not my blood grandson. It's my daughter's best friend. But I love him just as much. So while I was knitting this, I just kept, thinking of love and trust and love and trust. And, every bit of it every bit of good energies I could put into it while I was knitting it for him. So I do that with anything I knit for people.
That's a beautiful thing, definitely. Do you have a favorite witch movie or series?
Practical Magic. I love Practical Magic. I could sit there and quote line for line before they say their lines. So yeah, I love it.
Okay, who's your favorite character in that, would you say?
I like Jilly. So yeah.
I love the ants. I think the ants are too good.
Actually, I love Jilly, but I really, really want to be Aunt Fran.
Yeah. I love the little margarita nights.
My daughter and I have wanted to do a midnight margarita night for so long, and it's like nothing is working to do that. And neither one of us are real big drinkers or anything, but we just, even if we did virgin margaritas, it would be fun. We just haven't had the time, and it just hasn't lined up. So maybe someday.
That sounds fun. Maybe we can do a universal margarita at midnight,
go into
on
Zoom
YouTube.
or something like that and have a midnight margarita party. I'll get in our jammies.
Music. Yeah, there we go. That sounds like fun. Do you prefer coffee or tea?
Tea. I love the smell of coffee. I could go into a coffee shop and just, love it, but I can't handle the taste. And I've really tried to be a coffee drinker. Just ask my husband. I'll go into a restaurant and I'll say, I'll have a cup of coffee. And he goes, really? And I'm like, well, I'll try it. And I've tried, sugar and Splenda and putting a little salt in it, all the different ways of people making it. And I just can't do it. So I just drink tea.
Yeah. Lady Knight says, I love the house from Practical Magic. Absolutely. That herbal room. Oh, how fantastic is that?
I know. I have a little herbal shelf in my kitchen, but I would love that. My husband is putting a greenhouse up for me this year.
That's awesome.
So I should be able to get more herbs because, as I said, I've got a little teeny house. I don't have a lot of room for plants and things. So, but hopefully I'll be able to do more herbs out in the garden. Although I did just buy a patchouli plant and a bay laurel. So
very nice.
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious. Diane says that the ringtone on her phone is the lime in the cookie. You put them all together. I love it.
I have a different ringtone for like my husband and my daughter, and so when my daughter calls, it says "Mom, Mom, Mom." It's Stewie from Family Guy.
Mom. Yeah. What? I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
So is there a time period other than now that you feel drawn to?
The Renaissance. But I worked at the Renaissance Fair for 14 years in New York.
Wow.
I was a wench, if you couldn't tell. Let's see if I can do it. Let me take a drink. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Iris Violet Hart, pleased to meet you. The day my mother had me, she looked out her window. She saw an iris blooming and violet was its color. That's how I got my name. Yeah.
Oh, that's fabulous.
So
you got to tell everyone what you accidentally put for when you were putting your name in here.
Yeah, when I went to go put my name in, I looked up at the screen. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I got to change that before I hit enter. I put that tart. So, yeah. But, yeah.
I love that. And you did such a good job with that. Seriously. So
well,
good.
I did it for 14 years and you have to stay in character. I mean, if somebody's walking up and they've got an umbrella, it's like, why are you carrying that mushroom around? You know, you have to stay in character. So, and it's funny because it was before I was a nurse or in the process. I would do that all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and then I would go to my legal office because I was a paralegal, and I'd answer the phone like that, and I'm like, oh no.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Occupational hazard, right?
Yeah. Like, oh no, wait a minute, regular voice. So
Diane says that her husband's ring is counting stars, and when work calls, it's I am woman. I love it.
Yeah, my husband's is one of the themes from Twilight. I think it's Bella's Lullaby or something like that.
Oh, mine is just a ring.
Yeah. Oh, and then my best friend, when she calls me, it plays, oh, darn, it's a country song. No, I can't think of the name right now. Oh, well.
My husband.
Redneck Woman. That's what it is.
What was it?
Redneck Woman.
Oh. My husband, a guy that he went to work or that he worked with, just joking around because they would just like, joke around with each other all the time. His ringtone for him was man looks like a lady or something.
Dude looks like a lady. Yeah, I know what song.
Dude looks like a lady. There we go.
Yeah.
I'd laugh every time I heard it. Now, I do have like my text. It goes, when someone texts me. I think that's pretty funny.
My text is actually I can't even remember the pronunciation. It's a character from an online game that my daughter came in one day and she had that text tone. I was like, oh, I love that. So she put it on my phone. And I don't even play it. So.
If you could have a deep conversation with anyone during any time in history, who would it be and why?
Do I have to just pick one? Can I pick two?
Yeah, pick two.
I would really love to have another deep conversation with my mother-in-law. Yeah. I miss her dearly. My husband and I actually lived with my in-laws until we moved to Maine. We lived with my mother-in-law until she passed away, and then my father-in-law was there until we moved to Maine. So it was a great situation. We got along very well, and I miss her terribly. So I would want to talk to her. The other person I would really love to talk to is Martha Ballard. And Martha Ballard was an herbalist, and she was the healer at the time that the fort that I work at Old Fort Western, was in the 1750s. She has a diary that she wrote, she kept, and she did a daily entry that has over 10,000 entries in it. And it describes all the herbs that she used, the techniques that she did, all the births that took place, all the deaths that took place. It's an amazing book. I mean, it's that, and someone went through and took her handwritten, I can't remember the name of the people that did it, but they took her handwritten journals and went through and made them into a book, and I love reading it, and I would just love to talk to her to know more about her healing techniques. And there's one herb in there that she uses, and we cannot find what herb it is. There's no other references to that herb anywhere that we can find. So
that is really amazing.
It's like, I would really like to know, what herb are you using? The closest thing I think I can come to is she's describing licorice root, but I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming, Maharat. I hope you have a wonderful day, sweetie. Mine's Van Halen Eruption because it's so loud, scares me out of my seat every time, so super effective. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works. If you could go to any event in history, what would it be and why? And yes, you can have more than one if you want.
No, there's so many events that you could pick from. I mean, Alexander Graham Bell inventing the telephone, I could go on and on, but if I had to pick a favorite, I would want to go to Woodstock. And not just as an observer. I want to get into it. I would love to. I mean, I was born in 1964, but if I'd born a little earlier, I would have been a big hippie. So I still am, but
Back in Black is his ringtone.
Oh, I like that.
That's funny. That's what Diane says that her husband has.
Oh, cool. I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah. So do you have a website, honey?
I don't have a website. I have a Facebook. I'm just new to Twitter, but I got into Twitter, Instagram, and my Etsy store. But that's it. I don't have an actual website, and I don't know if I will or not. I'm still on the fence about that.
Yeah. So. All of your links, I believe, are down below in the description of this video. Okay, so please go and check that out, guys, and go and check out her channel, please.
Yeah, and on my last video that I just posted last night, the DIY ruins video, that has all my links too. Okay,
perfect. Have you heard about TreeLink or Linktree, I should say?
No.
You can give one. Like on the bottom of all of mine, I have just one link. You can go to that and you pull it up, and it's like a link of all of yours, all of your different links where people can just click on it and go to this one, click on this one to go to that one. It's really cool, and it's free. So if you go and check it out.
Linktree. Because, cool. Yeah, I will.
Yeah, Linktree. All right. So how long have you been on YouTube?
Just about 2.5 months. 2 months, somewhere around there. Yeah, not a long time. Been practicing a lot of things, but my channel, yeah. I mean, I've been lurking on YouTube a lot, but I actually finally got enough courage after watching Jesse Huttenberg and Simon and a couple other people, and actually your channel and Indigo Moon Woman, Diane. Once I got watching you guys, I really was like, okay, I'm gonna try. So
I can do this. That's right.
Well, not I can do this, but I'll try to do this. And yeah, I can do this now. I can say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what is the direction that you envision for your channel going forward?
I want to do some draws and stuff. I haven't done any readings on my channel yet, but I do want to go that way. I want to do more DIYs because I am a very crafty person. I wouldn't call myself an artist, but I'm crafty. So I'd like to share that because I know I get inspiration watching other people. So maybe I can inspire somebody to do something new and different. And teaching, like with the Witchy Wisdoms Wednesdays that I'm a part of with you, just trying to get the knowledge out of my head so that other people can maybe learn from it. I want to do that too.
Awesome. And the last question is, what do you gain? What do you wish to gain from your channel?
I've already gained what I want, which is really great. I've gained some great friendships just by talking with other people in the community, even if it's talking online or whatever. And that's really all I want to gain. Yeah, it's fun to see the numbers go up and stuff, and it'd be great if I was monetized, but I just want the community and the people. And if I can help somebody, I mean, I'm a nurse. If I can help somebody, even if it isn't in that way, I like to help. I do Reiki. I've been a Reiki master for 25 years. So, yeah.
Wow. Long before it was considered popular, right?
Long before it was considered popular. Yes. Yeah.
Right on. So you teach Reiki as well?
I do. I just did a 1 and 2 class a few weeks ago. Yeah. It was an
you ever consider doing like online classes for people?
Yes, I actually have. And actually, in one of the, can't remember what live it was that I was in, somebody had asked about Reiki and stuff, and I said I'd be glad to, teach online if they wanted me to. So something we're looking into.
That's fabulous. Yeah. All right. What I normally do at this point is open it up for anybody that has any extra questions for you, if you're okay with that.
Whatever you want.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for her? Let her have it. Let Cindy have it.
Talk it to her. Thanks, Diane. She just said she was glad that I started my channel.
Absolutely. I think it's a wonderful community that we have here, very supportive of each other. And yeah, for me, it's definitely, I mean, the same way. I wanted to monetize, obviously. But ultimately, it's just, that's not what keeps me here. What keeps me here is the people.
Yeah.
The connections that you make with other people. And much of it is outside of YouTube as well. Talking on FaceTime or in other groups.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked, on StreamYard privately. I've done FaceTime and things with Diane from Indigo Moon Woman, and then we've had Jessica from Pagan Pathways and Summer from Amethyst Ascension, and we've all done that little chat thing. It's great, and we can help each other along our paths and our ways. I love it.
Right on.
So yeah.
So any questions, people?
Don't look that way. Yeah, no, I guess monetization doesn't earn a lot, but hey, it's worth it.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I just started monetizing and it's like chump change, seriously. But it's still
yeah. Maria, I'd be glad to help you out with your level 1 and maybe going on to level 2 when she's at, because she just said she hasn't done it since 2002. So.
Well, thank you, Diane. Have a wonderful evening, sweetie, and happy Mother's Day to you as well.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone out there that's a mommy. And even if you're not a mommy, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Some of us are kitty mommies and, doggy mommies.
And that's wonderful. That's wonderful, too. I am now. I mean, my kids are grown, but now I'm a mommy of Sully,
Yeah, I'm a mommy of Keiko, and I'm a grandmommy of Toothless, and oh my God, she's gonna kill me because I can't remember the other one's name right now. But they're from the movie How to Kill a Dragon, or whatever it is. How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. My daughter is and she loves movies like that. So
yeah.
So I have 2 grand fur babies, 2 grand fur kitties.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like we have any questions. I mean, I am pretty thorough in my questions.
You are. Yes, you are. Very.
I wondered how working in a coven works. Can you share a bit? Yeah. Can you talk about your coven?
Yeah. Well, I've been in a couple different. As I said, I started out in a very small one. There was just 3 of us. And there's a lot of cooperation that goes on with a coven because you're not practicing just by yourself. So you have other people's opinions on how things should go. And that can be difficult sometimes, you know. So you've got to watch your relationships. Then I was in a Druidic coven for a while, and not coven, that would have been a grove, but and that was very nice. But I was just kind of a background part, and then I actually ended up being high priestess there, and it,
Well,
you know, it was really great. But then you get some politics that come into it and things like that. And then the last big coven that I belonged to was called Central New York Circle, and then we changed the name, I think, to Mystic Woods is what we ended up with. But there was a lot of big personalities and things. So when you're in a coven, it really, it can be difficult, but the love that you have when you're in the coven is amazing too. You just get so close to some people. I had this one friend of mine in the coven. She's passed now, and we always said that if our relationships didn't pan out, that the two of us were going to get together, and Teresa and I were just going to live in a big old house with lots of cats. And, you know, so
I
you
love
develop, yeah, you just develop some great relationships when you're that close, because working magic alone is a very, you know, powerful thing. When you work it with other people that are all in tune and working towards the same goal, it's amazing. It's
I
amazing
bet
to
it is.
accomplish. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
So
Hi, Amy. Yeah, you're catching us right at the tail end, sweetie. That
okay, she can go back and watch
was
it.
wonderful.
So,
Do you
yeah.
do the rituals together? Do you meet at specific times with the coven? That's what Maria
Yeah,
asked.
we would meet the Saturday closest to the holiday. Um, most of the time, sometimes we would do Samhain on Samhain. Period. End of story.
Mm.
But most of the time, we would meet the Saturday closest. We would start probably showing up at the Covenstead around 5 or 6 o'clock, and everybody would bring a dish to pass and stuff too. So we would get together. We would have what we would call a pre-ritual briefing. So everybody was all on the same page. We knew what was going to happen and when it was going to happen and who was doing what parts of it, things like that. Then we would all kind of get into a little meditative space to get ready for ritual. We would enter ritual space, and we would perform and whatever we were doing, do whatever working we were doing, any energy raising. Then, of course, we would ground with a simple feast and then release the circle. And after that, we would all go back up to the house and have a great potluck meal. And then they had a different circle set up with a big bonfire. There's a fire in circle too, but they had two separate areas, one for ritual and one for drumming and sitting around and just talking. And we would just relax out by the fire every holiday that we could when it wasn't snowing and things. We would do ritual outside, even if it was snowing or raining, but then we would come inside for the casual talk and things like that and drumming and all that wonderful stuff. So I miss that. I do. But I like what I have now too. So
That sounds wonderful, though.
oh,
I mean, seriously wonderful.
It was very wonderful. Yeah.
Well, hi, Brandy. Thank you, Trish. Have a wonderful
Hi,
evening,
Trish.
sweetie.
Hi, Brandy.
All right. Well, my goodness.
All right. Well, it's been a while. I don't know how long we were on.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Cindy. This has
Thank
been
you.
wonderful.
Yeah, I had fun.
I loved that story also about, you know, when you were in the circle and you were in the fire and you heard the laugh and then what proceeded after that. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of changes happened in my life after that. So it was perfect. So
That's so powerful. I mean,
Well,
that is definitely when somebody wonders, because that was definitely some sort of divinity, wouldn't you say?
yeah, it
Yeah,
was divine. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing lady.
Thank you. You are too.
Mhm.
I love your channel. I love everything that you do for the community. You're a great lady.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Cindy. This has been wonderful. And I
Thanks.
am sending you guys all love and light.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Hang on just a